If I asked the majority of my paying clients, and maybe you as the audience who are watching this, one of the things that they would say that they hate most in their business is selling. Even as they say the word, they get the ick. They're like, well, if only somebody else could do that. Or like, I just don't know how to do it, because many of us were not taught. Many of us were just taught to blend in and not make a fuss and not take up too much space. I mean, this was being a woman in the 80s and the 90s and beyond there. So when it comes to selling and putting yourself out there, this is a really tricky thing. And another thing that is associated with this is this sense that we are taking something from somebody else. We are taking their money. And again, we were programmed to share always, like to give, to be really generous. Now, the act of selling is that you have something and you sell it to another person and they give you money, and that is the exchange. That is the transaction. That is a business deal. But instead of just focusing on the money that you are taking, and also remembering that money is not the only currency in this. So many people have so many other ways. Maybe it's relief. Maybe it's curbing their anxiety. Maybe it's the excitement. Maybe it's the possibility. I want you to think about those purchases that you've made. And I remember when I signed up to work with a coach for a year, yes, you bet I had that icky feeling when I made that first payment, because it was scary. I also didn't realize that March 2020 was just around the corner. And that's another story for another time. But it felt icky making that first payment, because it was the most I'd ever spent in that capacity. But as soon as I'd signed that contract, as soon as I had made that payment, there was space. There was gratitude. There was excitement. There was relief. Like, I'm actually going to do this. And I've got somebody in my corner who's going to help me, and it's going to be great. And it suddenly just started to open up these opportunities because I had taken the first step. So don't deny people the art of the transaction just because you're worried about taking their money. Obviously, do it within integrity and do it legally and all of these things. But don't deny people of all these other magical emotions. If you want more info, details down below.